Hey guys, how's it going? So today I think is going to be the start of my Australia content. So if you guys didn't know, me and my fiance are planning to go to Australia for 3 weeks. We're actually doing 2 days in Dubai and then we're going to Australia, and we've decided that we are going to road trip it all the way from Sydney up to Cairns. So we're going to be driving the East Coast and it's going to be super exciting. And so to start off my content, because I will be trying to vlog on the trip, not guaranteed how much I'm going to vlog, but I'm going to try to vlog anyway. But yeah, anyway, before we get into the vlogging and all of the traveling and stuff like that, I thought I would make a video of me attempting to pack for Australia, because I've never been on a trip for this long. I've never had to pack for anything like this before. So I feel like this is going to be a video in two parts. It's going to be a what I packed for Australia versus what I actually used in Australia. I think that's the plan for this video. So you'll probably not see this one until the very end of all my Australia content, but I'm gonna start filming it anyway. We are in the middle of August at the minute, so we're like 2 weeks away from when I actually leave, and I'm going to try and start packing today. So as you can see on the bed, I've got my suitcase out, and yeah, we're just gonna start packing. So the way that I want to do this is in two stages, because I've already thought about it. First, I'm going to put in all the things I want to bring, and then I'm going to try to reduce it by at least 50%, because I am a notorious overpacker. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, I always pack too much stuff. And you think me going away for a month is going to be any different? Absolutely not. Obviously, when you go away for a month, you need brand new clothes every single day. You need underwear and socks for the whole trip, everything. So we have thought about this, and we were thinking, like, obviously because we're going to be away for so long, we would try to do laundry on the road. I'm not sure how feasible that's actually going to be, so you best believe I'm going to have all the socks and underwear to last a lifetime. But in terms of like other clothes, like outfits and stuff, I think those I would be okay with re-wearing. Obviously not everything's going to get dirty when you first wear it, but at the same time you don't want it to be smelly. Like, the other thing is also like managing dirty laundry on a trip like this, because it's like you're gonna have dirty clothes and you're gonna have clean clothes, and you know, how do we segregate that? What do we do with it? I don't know. So yeah, there's so much to think about on this trip. I'm a little bit stressed out, not gonna lie, but we're doing it, it's happening, and I'm gonna stop yapping and let's start packing. Okay, so here's what we have so far, and you know what? This is actually pretty reasonable. So before you ask, yes, I'm a clothes roller. I try to roll everything because I feel like that is like the most efficient way to pack everything, and also I can see everything, and it makes it easy to show you guys. So in this corner, I've got 4 pairs of biker shorts, which seems a little bit extreme, I know, but I can also wear these under dresses and stuff. So I have like 3 pairs from Primark, and then I have like this Gymshark pair, which is really nice. I feel like those would be cute for hiking. We've got 1 pair of leggings, an athletic top, and a crop top here. So we have those for like exercise. And then I also brought a pole set, which is matching. So this is like a sports bra and a pair of shorts, which I think are cute and can be worn kind of every day. But I also want to try to take a pole class in Australia, so I have that. Then we've got dresses. So these are dresses, and these you guys saw in my birthday haul, dresses I bought specifically for Australia. So we've got this blue one, we've got 2 white ones, this pink one, and then this one is not from the haul. This is a Halara dress, but it's got shorts underneath, and it's like a nice material, so I think that'll be good in the hot weather. So that's 5 dresses. This is a skirt, and then the rest of these are tops. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different tops. So overall in this category, this is a lot of outfits. So like if we counted each top and each dress as an outfit, that's 12 different outfits here that we could possibly wear. And obviously we've got, you know, we have a skirt that I can wear with some of the tops. And then I also have here, we've got 1 pair of like long trousers, which are like a linen, which I think will be quite nice. And then we also have 2 pairs of shorts. We have a dark pair and a light pair. So, you know, a lot of mix and matching can go on here to make different outfits. And so I think this is actually quite reasonable. Like 2 weeks worth of clothes for a 3-week trip, I feel like is fine. Obviously, when we go to Dubai, I'm going to have to be more covered up, which is why I have like my long trousers, and then I have like t-shirts, they all cover my shoulders and stuff, so that should be fine. And then in terms of swimwear, this is probably too much because in case you guys didn't know, I can't swim, but this is probably too much swimwear. But we have one swimsuit, which is white, and then we have 5 different bikinis. So we've got this black one, we've got this blue super dry one, we have a red one, a polka dot one, and then we also have a green one. So that's 5 different swimsuits as well. So in terms of packing, that's where we are. Obviously, like I can rewear things and mix and match with my shorts and my skirt and stuff like that. So yeah, I actually think this is fine. I don't really feel like I should cut back too much. If anything, maybe 5 bikinis is a little bit much for someone who can't swim, but it's fine. You gotta overpack a little bit in terms of what you want. You know, you have to have a little bit of variety, but yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is fine. Obviously, this doesn't include what I'm wearing on the plane, but what I'm going to wear on the plane is probably quite basic, like just a t-shirt, maybe a pair of sweats. I'll obviously have like maybe a hoodie and possibly a light jacket, because I know when we go to Australia, it'll be September, which means that it will be spring over there. So it might not necessarily be as warm as I think it will be, but at the same time, I've been monitoring the weather over there, and like I think the coldest place it will be is actually Sydney, because it's like the most south, and it's showing temperatures of like 18 degrees, which, you know, if you're from the UK, that's fucking scorching weather. So I think we'll be fine. Obviously, when the sun sets, it'll get a little bit colder, which is why I think it would be good to have a jacket. I don't know if I want to bring a pair of jeans because I don't really think I'll be wearing them, but it is a possibility. I might see how much weight I have left in my suitcase. That's the other thing. Just because I'm packing all this stuff doesn't mean I can actually bring it, because we only get 30 kg in our check luggage. So I'm gonna have to weigh this and see how much it is. But I will say, because a lot of it is like light clothing, hopefully it doesn't actually weigh that much. In my head, this is not going to weigh that much because it's very little. Like, I have lots of crop tops and stuff here, so like I'm hoping it doesn't weigh that much. The things I haven't packed yet are obviously my socks and my underwear, because I need to think about that. So I did buy a bunch of new socks from Primark before I went away, and I've got about 14 pairs of socks that are new that I can bring. Obviously I can bring like a lot of underwear, but I just need to decide what I'm actually doing. Like, do I just bring enough for the whole trip, or do I just bring like, again, enough for like 2 weeks and then hope that we do laundry on the way? I don't know. So that is something I'm gonna have to think about. Also, because we're going away for so long, I don't really feel like I need to pack a lot of liquids or anything like that, because we can just buy them when we're there. I have thought about like if I'm gonna do makeup and stuff on the trip, but honestly, because we're road tripping, I don't really feel like that's a necessity for me. Obviously, it's nice to do your makeup and do your glam sometimes, but I just don't really feel like it's worth bringing for the weight. So yeah, I think I'm gonna give that a miss. We're gonna go all natural while we're away. And yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I think this is a good amount of stuff because it means that I will actually get a chance to wear everything in the suitcase, which is best case scenario, because the last thing that I want to do is overpack and insist that I'm going to wear all this stuff and then not wear anything. So I think this is good. This is reasonable packing. And so yeah, I guess that's where we leave it for now, guys. Like I said, I will check in again probably just before we leave with the final count of everything that I've decided to pack with me, and then I will see you guys at the end of the trip, and I'll tell you what was actually efficient and what wasn't, because I feel like that's an important part of like trip planning in general, like figuring out what to pack and if it's actually efficient or not. I feel like those are the kind of things that I'm really interested in. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for you guys. Obviously, I'm filming this before my trip, and I have such high hopes of how much content I'm going to create and stuff when I'm out there. And then it turns out that the trip is so busy that I actually don't film anything. But we're going in very optimistic, very hoping that we get at least some sort of content, because that's the kind of person that I am. But that is where I'm going to leave you guys for now. Like I said, I will check in with you guys hopefully just before we go. And yeah, I will hopefully see you then. Alright guys, so I'm back from holiday, and I wanted to give you guys an update on my packing situation, if it was good, if it was bad. So first of all, my suitcase, let me just show you guys. It is currently mostly empty because I have emptied out my suitcase to do all of the laundry. So basically, in terms of packing, I didn't add too much more stuff than what I showed you in my video. So I packed 2 pairs of shoes in my suitcase. I had a pair of trainers and a pair of slides. I also decided to add makeup last minute, just in case I did my makeup. I added a coat and I packed underwear and socks for 2 weeks. So that was everything that I packed that I think I didn't mention in my video. I can't actually remember because obviously I packed a month ago. Oh, I did add a couple more things. I added a top, which I forgot to pack. I added a jumpsuit, another t-shirt, and possibly, oh, there was like a wrap thing that I was going to wear with my jumpsuit in Dubai, because the jumpsuit that I packed was a spaghetti strap, so I added like this shawl thingy to put over the jumpsuit if I wore it in Dubai so that my shoulders would be covered. So I think that is everything extra that I packed. So in terms of everything that I packed versus what I wore, I think I did really well in that. I wore almost everything. There were a few things that I didn't end up wearing. So I didn't end up wearing my coat, which was a big one. And obviously, being from the UK, I think it's natural for me to want to pack a coat no matter where I'm going because it might rain. But also, when I was looking up the weather for Australia before I went, I did see that it had predicted some rain for some of the places we were going. And I think we just got lucky that it didn't rain when we were there. It did rain one time when we were driving, but literally it only rained when we were driving, and then after that didn't see any rain. So didn't wear my coat, but that was kind of weather dependent. And then I didn't wear the cover up that I brought for my jumpsuit because I didn't actually end up wearing that outside in Dubai, so it was fine. And then I think there was maybe like 2 other tops that I didn't end up wearing, but everything else I wore. Oh, I overpacked on the biker shorts. I only wore 2 pairs of those. I did not wear any of the other ones, so that might have been a mistake on my part, but they didn't really take up a lot of space in my suitcase, so that was fine. And so yeah, I think that everything else I wore, everything else was used. Like I said, I packed underwear and socks for 2 weeks and that was okay. We did do a little bit of laundry halfway through the trip, so that was enough socks and underwear to get me through. Oh, and I also overpacked in swimwear, which I did say whenever I was doing my packing. I was like, I do not need this many bikinis. I do not need all of that. I did wear most of them. There was, I think, 1 bikini I didn't wear, and I didn't wear my one piece either. But aside from that, I wore all of the swimwear, so that was good. I probably didn't need to bring my makeup. I did my makeup twice. I did it once in Dubai and then once when we were in Brisbane. But aside from that, I did not do makeup because 1, it was too hot. I was going to sweat it off. And 2, we were always doing stuff and I didn't really feel like I needed to wear makeup for any of it. Like always going to the beach, always like going in water and stuff. So I was like, why would I do makeup when we're going to do those things? So didn't really need to pack my makeup either. In terms of shoes, I wore my slides a lot, obviously at the beach, at the pool. In terms of trainers, I probably only needed to bring 1 pair. I wasn't really switching out my shoes that much. I kind of thought I would bring 2 pairs just in case like one got dirty or something like that. And in reality, both pairs of shoes ended up getting dirty. So the pair that I wore to Australia was the pair that was my main pair, and then we went on a hike on one of our first few days in Australia and they got dirty. So after they got dirty, I switched to my other pair of shoes, and then the other pair of shoes just became my main pair of shoes because I didn't care about those as much if they got dirty. But the first pair of shoes that I wore, it was kind of annoying they got dirty because they're not as easy to clean. So yeah, probably could have done with 1 pair. Obviously, when we were going initially on our trip, we didn't know how much hiking or walking or anything we were going to do, but it was fine, nothing crazy. We didn't need to buy hiking boots or anything like that because while we did go on a few, like what I would classify as hikes, they weren't too bad. So we just did them in our trainers and it was fine. And so I guess that's it for this video, guys. I really thought this video was going to be more interesting. It's actually turned out to be a little anticlimactic because when I first started filming it, I thought I was going to come back from this trip and be able to tell you guys that I packed completely wrong and that there was going to be a ton of stuff that I didn't actually end up using. But no, it turns out it was the complete opposite. I will say if there was anything that I wish that I did get before I left that I didn't get is probably a travel adapter. So yeah, for plugs, I did not have an adapter. I just used my fiance's, so we were sharing a plug, which isn't the end of the world because literally we only used it at night to charge our phones, but it just meant that my phone and his phone were on the same side of the bed. So yeah, if anything, I guess I wish I had a travel adapter, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really that needed. But, you know, just something that I wish that I had had. But overall, I'm actually really proud of myself for how I packed for this trip. Like, I didn't majorly overpack, I didn't underpack. I think I just did it just right. And so yeah, I guess that is all that there is to say, really. Nothing else to go on. I don't know how interesting this video was either, but in my head I was like, this is something that I would want to know about going away for so long, like how to pack. So yeah, if you guys are using this for advice on how to pack for a trip like this, I would say pack for roughly 2 weeks of time. If there was anything that I wish that I'd done on the trip, it's probably maybe a little bit more laundry, just because I know that by the end of the trip we were running out of clean clothes. So yeah, I would say maybe factor in laundry a little bit more. It's not that the places we stayed towards the end didn't have laundry. I think it was more that they weren't laundry services in our room. It was more so that there was like communal laundry somewhere and you just had to go and pay and do it, which is fine, but I think I was just more paranoid that like people were going to steal our stuff. So I would have rather booked like Airbnbs and stuff where the laundry was part of your accommodation rather than like having communal laundry somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments below, are you guys good packers? Like, are you overpackers? Are you underpackers? Let me know, because I always err on the side of caution. Therefore, I'm always at least a little bit of an overpacker, just in case, because you never know. Even though, like I said, if we were there for a month and I really needed something, I probably would have bought it when I was there. But yeah, anyway, that is everything. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.